Hello everyone, this is The Question, and I am back with my haul video for the month of October. This is everything I picked up in the month of October. Ton of great stuff. I'm going to go through it fairly quickly so that way I can make this video not incredibly long. So let's get right to it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a pickup from Starfruit Books. This I had actually pre-ordered and it came out maybe around 6 months ago. But when I pre-ordered it, I made the mistake of pre-ordering it with a bunch of other books that didn't come out, that haven't come out yet. So they had not sent me this because they don't do separate shipping. And thankfully I reached out to them and said, hey, this book came out, is there any way that you can ship this to me? I'm even willing to pay. And they just went ahead and shipped this out to me, and it came with this nice card. And I'll know for next time that if I'm pre-ordering stuff from them, I'll pre-order everything separately so that way I can get stuff shipped. To show you some of the artwork without it being too gory. But yeah, just a really good release. They did these releases, they're very similar in size and shape to the Hino horror releases from Kokoro Books, I think. And yeah, so this is the first time we've had anything from Hino in English, it says here, in over a decade. And I think they have some more on the horizon, so looking forward to getting more Hino books. And then I did pick up a few things from Amazon. So I picked up Midnight Fisherman. This is a Tatsumi book. I'd actually never even heard of this one and just happened to see it on there, and it's an in-stock book where a lot of his stuff is out of print. And this is from Landmark Books, a publisher I'd never heard of. And of course I get to, let's see. Yeah, so I don't really know too much about this book, but glad to have it in my collection. Then I have, I've been slowly grabbing some of this Gen manga or Gen manga, and this one was one of the ones that was on my wish list. This is Animal. Really like the cover. Don't know too much about it. Looks like it's a collection of short stories. Then I managed to find another copy of another volume of Cross Game, a series that I'm having a really hard time trying to get them all. A lot of them are out of print, or or out of stock, not being reprinted, but I was able to get volume 4 for a cheap price, and the only thing wrong with it was it has this little bend here in the back corner, but I'm having such a hard time getting these volumes, I'm not really going to complain about it. So that was volume 4. I got the 2 volumes of How Do We Relationship that I didn't have, and that is 2 and 5. So now I have 1 through 6. I managed to grab Yokai Rental Shop. In a previous video, I had grabbed a couple copies of this series that were that I found at a used place, and I was missing one. So I went ahead and grabbed this from a third-party seller. Pretty good shape. And then same thing here. This was another third-party seller, Captivated by You. This is a hardcover. I've seen this around at Barnes & Noble and places, and it always piqued my interest. But someone was selling this for like it was like $7.50 shipped, so I couldn't pass that up. I went ahead and grabbed it. You don't get too many smaller hardcovers like this. So yeah, so that was everything I got from Amazon and then from Starfruit Books. Okay, so next we're gonna do what I got from my local used stores. Not too much this month. First off, we have a book that I'm actually not planning on keeping, and that is One Punch Man. I think this is the Loot Crate exclusive cover. I found this on the shelf at a local used store for $6. I don't think they knew that it was a special cover or a special version of the book. And I don't really have any interest in the series, but for that price, I figure one of my followers or someone on social media that I know might be interested in getting this. It's not in mint condition. It's probably, it had a little, it's a little rough around the corners, but yeah, for $6, I think it goes online for like 30 to 40. So yeah, so I'll pass this along to someone, but I figure I'd pick that up. I found volume 1 of Our Teachers Are Dating. This is a series that has been recommended to me. They only had volume 1, so I grabbed that. I found volume 1 of Raw Hero. This one I normally would not have had any interest in, but they talked about it on Mangasplaining, and the way that they sold it, I kind of thought, okay, let me at least give it a shot. It's parental advisory. I have kind of leafed through it, and it is very inappropriate, so I'm not going to show too much inside or anything inside, but yeah, so I did find volume 1 of that.
I got this one-shot, Sadeko at the End of the World. I did read this for Halloween. It was a pretty cute, pretty cute end of the world story about the girl from The Ring, obviously. And this one I can show you the inside. So yeah, just a very cute read. And then this one I know almost nothing about, other than it is by the creator of Kitchen Princess, a series that I own the omnibuses of and I have not read yet. But this was cheap, and I've never seen this at any stores, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And I do enjoy when they're shorter series. This is a completed series in volumes 1 through 3, and this is Wild at Heart. So if you know anything about this series or have read it, let me know. And that was it from used stores. Next, we're going to move on to eBay. Didn't get too much from them this month, but I did manage to find a copy of Livingstone Volume 3. This is the one that has been out of print that I have not been able to find. It has not been available even for a higher price. I couldn't find it anywhere. So someone was selling the whole set, so I went ahead and grabbed it just to get Volume 3, and then I'll sell off the remainder ones. It's in fairly good shape other than the spine. The spine looks like it's been kind of broken a little bit, but otherwise just glad to have it. Looking forward to actually getting to read through this series. And then next we have a series that I would see all the time, but I didn't know too much about it. And then during this Halloween time, I read through Witches, the creator's short story collection, and loved it. Within 100 pages, I was like, I need more of this person's work, and I went ahead and got on eBay and ordered all of this set, and that is Children of the Sea. So this is by Daisuke Igarashi, and just great covers. Their artwork is really good. Looking forward to checking the series out. The only unfortunate thing with this is that this volume 1, when the package was delivered, it was set on my porch on a rainy day, and it didn't get brought in the house for a few hours, so I didn't notice. All the other volumes are fine, but this first volume has some water damage here at the top, so I'll probably replace this first volume because the pages are actually kind of water damaged in there, and not the seller's fault. It was it was left outside and got wet. So, but all the rest of the volumes are in great condition. We got 2, we got 3, 4, and these are really great covers, really thick, kind of 2-in-1 size volumes, and volume 5, the final volume. And that was everything from eBay. Okay, so next up is what I got from Manga Swap on Reddit, and this batch is actually stuff I purchased in September that just came in October, and both series came from the same person, so I got a really great deal on this, especially compared to market value. And the first series I got is one that's been recommended a bunch, and that is A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow. This is a Yuri series, as far as I'm aware, and it looks like a cute romance series. And so I got 1 through 8 of that, and so volume 9 is the final volume, so I did not get that in this bundle, but I got the first 8 volumes, and they're all in great shape. And then the highlight pickup I got from this person was all of the omnibuses of the series Frank and Fran. So I'm not going to show the covers. The covers are a little, they're a little explicit, and that's actually what turned me off. That what made me not be interested in this series is the covers. And it took a Mangasplaining podcast where they talked about the series and how the covers kind of did it a disservice, and that it's actually a really great horror comedy series, and the covers kind of fan servicey style probably turned off a lot of people. So that made me go ahead and grab these, and I figure even if I didn't care for this is a pretty hard to find series, a pretty well sought after series, so I can always pass this along and make my money back if I don't like it. But I did get all of Frank and Fran, so I got all 4 omnibuses. And again, like I said, the covers are a little explicit, so I don't want to show those. But yeah, so here is all of Frank and Fran, and they're all in really great shape. Really looking forward to checking this series out. And that was everything I got from Mangaswap. Okay, so next we got what I got from Barnes & Noble. So this is a mix of a few volumes that I picked up straight in store, a few things that were pre-orders that I had a code for. I normally pre-order from Right Stuf, but I do pre-order from Barnes & Noble when they have like a 25% off code. I'll pre-order from them because I do like how they send everything out individually. That's the one benefit to Right Stuf. Like Right Stuf, they wait till you get a bunch of your stuff and then they ship it to you. Barnes & Noble sends you each individual volume as it comes. So I get a like if I do pre-orders with Barnes & Noble, I get a Barnes & Noble package like almost every day, every other day. So the couple volumes that I picked up in the store were this one here, Don Volume 1. And this one I really had no interest in. I thought it was just going to be a typical kind of generic action series, and those are not really my type of books. But I heard lots of good feedback on this one, and I went ahead and grabbed it, and I'm glad I did. I thought it was really, really well done, really funny, really great characters. And yeah, just a really great first volume. I'm looking forward to checking out more of this. Another one that had been recommended that I've heard good things about, we have Hi, I'm a Witch and My Crush Wants Me to Make a Love Potion. I was thinking by the long title this was some sort of isekai, but it is not. And it seems to just be kind of just a romance story. So looking forward to checking that one out. And then two big series that I have back ordered at Barnes & Noble that they send me volumes whenever they come back in print. One of those series is Banana Fish. So this month they sent me Volume 6, Volume 8, and Volume 9. Whoops, 4 volumes, sorry. Volume 9, and then also Volume 16. So that puts me, I think, 4 to 5 volumes left that I need for to have all Banana Fish. And I think all those remaining volumes are due here in November. So looking forward to getting able to read that series. And then another big series that multiple volumes are getting all reprinted, and that is Nana. So this month they sent me volumes 7, volume 9, which is a really thick volume compared to the other ones, volume 14, volume 16, which is another thicker volume, volume 18. So yeah, so that leaves me, I think I'm maybe 7 or 8 away from Nana now to having a complete set. And again, those are all scheduled to come out in November and December. So I'm really looking forward to having all of that series. And then one other release that finally shipped out, this was back ordered. I think this was recommended from Suki Notes when she did a BL video. I think that's who had this on our list. And so I went ahead and ordered this, and it just now came out, and that is The Two Lions. It's a really nice release from 7 Seas. You can tell it's got really, really good paper quality for that, and that's The Two Lions. And then a few pre-orders I got. We have Yona of the Dawn, volume 37. In my last video, I got all of Yona of the Dawn, so now I can start getting pre-orders of the newer volumes. We have The Summer You Were There, which is a new series. This is volume 1. This is like it says here, the start of a Yuri storybook romance. Just look cute. Figure I'd check that one out. And then we have Children of the Whales, volume 20. And again, I think it was last month when I got all of this series, so now I can start getting these new volumes. And that was everything from Barnes & Noble. Okay, so next we're gonna do what I got from Right Stuf, and I have things split up between pre-orders, and then separately I have the back-ordered and sales stuff that I picked up. So Right Stuf went a little crazy this month. They sent me, I think I got 5 or 6 boxes from Right Stuf this month, which is, you know, some months I get nothing from them, and then some months they go a little crazy sending me everything. And this was one of those months, so they sent me a ton of stuff. So let's start off with a book that is alive, and this is another one from this defunct publisher, Jen. And yeah, so this is one that's been on my wish list. I'm surprised Right Stuf even still had this. They're not, obviously this publisher is defunct, so they're not making these anymore, but yeah, they must still have some copies, and I grabbed that. I got the omnibus of Azumanga Daioh. I know really not too much about this series. This is a series that's been recommended to me a few times. It's by the same creator of Yotsuba, and yeah, this is a really thick omnibus, and so I went ahead and ordered that this month. I've got, during one of the sales, the Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition Volume 6. This is one of the thicker releases from them, because most of these are 3-in-1s, and this Volume 6 is actually a 4-in-1. So I think they had to do one 4-in-1, and then all the rest are going to be return to 3-in-1s. We've got the 3 volumes of Children of the Whales that I didn't get when I got 1 through 16 last month. So I went ahead and grabbed Volume 17, Volume 18, and Volume 19. These fantastic covers. And then I also picked up this book, Cutie Honey, the Classic Collection. This is a newer release from 7 Seas, and it's really nice classic collection, kind of like how they're doing their Devilman releases by the same creator. So looking forward to checking this series out. Next up we have Daytime Shooting Star number 2. So this is one of the longest back-ordered books that I have from Right Stuf. I'd actually ordered this almost a year ago. I have volumes 1, 3, and 4, and I was waiting to buy more until volume 2 ever got reprinted, and it just randomly showed up. So they must be reprinting volume 2 of this series. Another series I have back-ordered is Dead Man Wonderland, and they'll occasionally send me some volumes, and it looks like we got reprints of 8, 9, and 10. So I think I'm maybe halfway through getting all the volumes of this now. This series was part of a recent sale, and I grabbed that, the 2 volumes. It's a short 2-volume set of a series called Dear No Man. And this just looked like a very interesting series. So I figured I'd check that out. I do love me some shorter series. Nice covers. I got one of the volumes that I was missing of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I'd gotten 1 through 10, and I had gotten the pre-order volume 12, but I didn't get 11 yet, so I grabbed that. We've got Fist of the North Star hardcover volume 5. So now I had 1 through 5 of that. We've got Fruits Basket Collector's Edition number 2. If you remember last month, my volume 2 came damaged, so I had to order a replacement, and I got it this time. So now I have all of the collector's editions, and I'm ready to read that series. Here we have The Hellbound. This is a manhwa, and this is a short 2-volume series. I picked up volume 1 a while ago, and volume 2 came out maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I didn't pre-order this, but it was on my list, and I went ahead and grabbed it. So now I have both volumes of this. We have the final volume of How to Treat Magical Beasts. I had 1 through 4, and I didn't even realize volume 5 was the last volume, so I went ahead and grabbed that. We have The Innocent. This is, I knew nothing about this. This one I actually just saw when I was scrolling through, and this is a Yen Press book. It's got some quotes on the back from some big American names: Stan Lee, Sam Raimi, Nicolas Cage. I know Avi Arad does the Marvel movies, so it looks like that's who it's by, but then it has a script by obviously a manga creator. So I'm not too sure what's going to go on with this. I know it's a one-shot, but I figured I'd give it a shot. They sent me the 1 volume of Kaguya-sama Love is War that they had not sent me, and that is volume 1. So I now have, I'm now up to date with everything from Kaguya-sama Love is War, and I can read that. And then this next 2 are both Kaze-san and Morning Glories. So this is a Yuri series. This was recommended to me by Tony's Manga. She said this is one of her favorite Yuri series. And of course, when I go online to look, half these volumes are out of stock or out of print, don't know. But they did have 2 of them in stock at the moment. And from what I read online, it looks like these can all be kind of read separately. Like you don't have to have prior knowledge, like you can read them kind of in any order. So hopefully that's the case, because they had volume 1 here, Kaze-san, and book 1. And then they also had volume 7. So I think this is the most recent one. And yeah, so this is book 7, Kaze-san and Yamada volume 2. So they try to make it a little confusing. But yeah, looking forward to hopefully more of those volumes coming in stock so that way I can read them. But yeah, looks like a cute Yuri series. Looking forward to checking that out. Next we have another manhwa, and this is a 2-volume series. Another one of these ones that I've never heard of. It's called Milky Way Hitchhiking, but these covers are just great. I pretty much bought this just based on the cover, and this is a full color release. And it's got good reviews on Goodreads, so I figured I would give it a shot and grabbed the 2 volumes that were released in English. So here we go. Milky Way Hitchhiking Volume 2. These are, like I said, full color. They are a little more expensive. They're $30 MSRP. Obviously you get them for cheaper buying them from Right Stuff, but yeah, these are pretty thick, pretty high quality releases. I got 3 volumes of The Splendid Work of a Monster Maid. Can't remember who recommended this series to me. It might have been Manga Sloth, but yeah, this looked like a series. I didn't know, I'd seen this when I was pre-ordering and I'd never grabbed it, but the good reviews made me decide to give it a shot. Some nice covers. We got the first 3 volumes of that. I think that's all that's out so far. And next we have Spriggan Deluxe Edition. This is another one where I did not pre-order this, but it was on sale and piqued my interest. I figured I'd give it a shot. Really thick deluxe edition from 7 Seas. And I remember seeing the anime movie a very long time ago. And it looks like now they're making it into a newer series. But this is the classic manga. Looking forward to checking that out. I threw in some random volumes of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun since I've gotten most of that series now. Grabbed a couple of the volumes I didn't have, and that is 0 and 14. So I think I'm fairly up to date. I think I only need maybe the most recent ones. I grabbed that final volume of A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, so now I have this complete series. Next we have The Twin Knights by Osamu Tezuka. If you've been watching my channel, you know I have quite a bunch of Tezuka books. This is one of the only in-print books that I didn't have from him. And I don't know why I didn't have this. Like, I think I thought it was, because this is a sequel to Princess Knight, I think I thought it was being collected in that volume, and so I never went ahead and grabbed this. But yeah, so I went ahead and I needed something to hit my shipping threshold, and I knew I was going to pick this up at some point, so I went ahead and grabbed this book, and that is The Twin Knights. And yeah, like it says on the back, it's a direct sequel to Princess Knight. Next up, we have The Witch's House, Volume 2, The Diary of Ellen. This is a final volume. I randomly found Volume 1 at a Barnes & Noble, grabbed it, it looked interesting. Found out it was just a 2-volume series, and it's actually a prequel to a mobile game, which normally wouldn't sound that intriguing, but yeah, I actually read this for October, and this was actually really good. I was surprised. It's actually a pretty creepy series. Not good enough to make me want to play the game, even though the game I think is being ported to Switch and some other regular consoles, not just mobile, but yeah, just a really nice 2-volume series. And then I also got the final volume of Yokai Rental Shop, so now I have all 4 volumes of that. And that was all the back ordered and old stuff.
Okay, so lastly here, we're gonna go through all of the pre-orders I got. So there's quite a bunch, so let's get started. First up, we have a book from Titan Manga, and this is Adam the Beginning. This is, it looks like an origin story to the actual Astro Boy series by Tezuka. This is a fantastic cover. I really love the covers. I love the way that that cat's drawn. That definitely sold me on this, so I'm really looking forward to checking this series out. Hopefully it ends up being good. We have another fantastic cover. We have Be Very Afraid of Kaneko Anuki. So anybody who's unaware, Anuki is a very famous Japanese horror manga creator, and we haven't gotten a lot of stuff from her in English, especially not recently. Most of her stuff is out of print. So this is kind of just a story collection, collecting some of her short stories. So definitely check this out, and hopefully we get more of her stuff released in English or re-released. We've got another Junji Ito hardcover. We've got Black Paradox. This one here has they've kind of gone with similar trims, and this one has kind of its own unique trim compared to their other recent releases. I'm always down for more Junji Ito. I know it's cool to bash Junji Ito lately. Almost anytime I see someone mention Junji Ito online, they're kind of talking that he's overrated. That's fine, everybody's allowed their own opinion. To me, he's still one of the greats. I really enjoy all of his works, and I'm always gonna pick up anything that Junji Ito releases. So here's Black Paradox. We have a new sports series, Blue Box Volume 1. Heard some good things about this one, so I went ahead and grabbed it. We have a BL series, and this is Canis Deer Hatter Volume 2 by Kuma, which I think is an imprint of Denpa. Got that. We have The Case Files of Jeweler Richard Volume 3. I mentioned in a previous haul that this was a BL. From what I read of the first volume, I assumed it was going to turn into a BL, but from what people have told me in the comments, this is not a BL series. So not a BL, but still a really great series. Just from what I've read, I'm looking forward to reading more of it, and this is Volume 3. Next up, we have Cat Massage Therapy Volume 3. I've read through the first couple volumes, and this is just a cute, really cute series. It is in color. If you love cats, and it looks like in this volume they added in dogs, you're going to enjoy this. Unfortunately, my volume got kind of dinged there in shipping, but not too bad, so there's that. Another Junji Ito hardcover. This one is from Kodansha, and this is Dissolving Classroom. So when this came out, I think a bunch of people, myself included, assumed this was going to be the same size as their recently re-released Cat Diary Yan and Mu Collector's Edition, and this is a lot smaller. So this is kind of, for example, here is a standard kind of manga size, and this is just barely bigger than that. So it is a fairly small hardcover. Very nice cover though. I do like the spine, the colors. This is probably one of his less popular series, Dissolving Classroom, but I did enjoy it. It's definitely, near the lower end for me of Junji Ito stuff, but I am looking forward to rereading it in this new hardcover format. We have a new one-shot, and that is Drip Drip. This is by the creator of Beastars. And so this just came out. Looking forward to checking this out. We have Volume 3 of The Duke of Death and His Maid. I read Volume 1. This was a cute series, and looking forward to reading more of this. So next we have The Evil Secret Society of Cats Volume 1. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know that if you put cute cats on a manga, I'm most likely going to buy it. And this one was definitely on my radar. Full color, cute cats, looks like a 4-panel series. Don't know how many volumes this is going to be, but I did grab this first volume. We have The Fist of the North Star, hardcover volume 6. We have Free Run, Beyond Journey's End, Volume 6. These nice Girl from the Other Side hardcovers. I got Volume 2 in.
These are just fantastic releases. I think I talked about it last month with Volume 1. I'm really looking forward to reading through this once all these are out. We've got Heavenly Delusion, Volume 4. Hinamatsuri, Volume 17. How Do We Relationship, Volume 7. A new series, we got Imaginary, Volume 1. This one I don't know too much about. I really like the cover. It's got a really nice portrait of all the different characters, it looks like. And I think this is some sort of relationship love series, and just looked interesting. Figured I'd give it a shot. We have Island in a Puddle, Volume 4. Kaiju number 8, Volume 4. The Series That Never Ends, Komi Can't Communicate, Volume 21. Next up, we have another new series. This is Last Gender, When We Are Nameless, Volume 1. This one, another one where I was thinking it was actually a one-shot, but this is actually looks like to be an ongoing series. This is an 18-plus book, so I'm not going to go through it. It is a LGBTQ plus release about a bar that has people of different genders, sexual orientations, and it kind of tells their stories. So looking forward to getting into this series, but this is Volume 1. We have Mame Coordinate, Volume 4. This is a Tokyo Pop release. Really cute series, really cute spines. Looking forward to reading that. We have one of my favorite series ongoing. We have A Man and His Cat, Volume 7. And with a lot of adorable kittens on the cover. We have Moriarty the Patriot, Volume 9. We've got a new volume of Natsume's Book of Friends, Volume 27. It does annoy me that I just got 27 in and I'm still missing like 7 or 8 volumes of the actual series that I've had back ordered for over a year. I really would like to start reading this series. This looks like a series that I would enjoy, but I'm still missing a ton of the earlier volumes. We have Night of the Living Cat, Volume 1. So I'm going to give a short little precursor to my reading log. I did read this for the month of October. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know what I was going to think of this. And this is a really cute, really great, really fun comedy series. I definitely recommend you guys pick this up. Just a really great volume. I didn't know if it was going to be more horror, but it's actually fairly cute. It's basically a zombie apocalypse, but instead of zombies, everybody gets turned into, people who get the virus turn into cats, and you get the virus from like cuddling with cats. So it's just really cute. Comedy series, some action, but yeah, just a really cute series. Definitely check that one out. We have Nights with a Cat, Volume 2. I haven't read Volume 1 yet, so I don't know too much about this one. We have Peach Boy Riverside, Volume 8. We have a horror release that I know a lot of people have been waiting for that just got released, and that is PTSD Radio, Volume 1. Really, really nice, creepy cover. It's got some nice definition on the cover where you can feel kind of where these speakers are. They feel different. Everything's kind of embossed. Just a very nice release here by Kodansha. I think this is 4 volumes, I'm not mistaken. These are kind of omnibuses, so I think these are 2-in-1s, but I think there's going to be 4 of these, but don't quote me on that. We have the final release of Sensei's Pious Life, Volume 4, so now I have all of this to read. Another new series, we have Shonen Note Boy Soprano, Volume 1. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. I really enjoyed the creator's previous work, Our Dreams at Dusk. And so yeah, really looking forward to checking this one out. Really nice Kodansha release. Really great artwork. Obviously about music. We have a one-shot called Sky Grazer. Another kind of blind buy. Don't know too much about this one. We We have another new series, and this is actually from One Piece Books. I don't have too much from them, and that is Usataki Rhetoric, Volume 1. And I think it's about a girl who can hear lies. So I don't know too much. Another one I don't know too much about. I've heard positive thoughts on it, so I figure I'd check it out. And from that same creator who released that Evil Secret Society of Cats, we have another release that they had come out this month, and that is Yokai Cats Volume 1. So this is similar as the other work. It is a 4-panel and in full color. I assume about yokai cats, but who knows. And then we also have Yuri Espor, I don't know how to pronounce that. This is another Tokyo Pop release with a cute spine. I think this is a Yuri series. Well, it's got Yuri in the title, come on. Yes, it's a Yuri series. But yeah, so that was everything A through Z. I do have one last stack that I got from Right Stuff. And this last stack here is all from Shigeru Mizuki. So Drawn and Quarterly came out with new versions of a bunch of his books. And so first off here we have Onward Towards Our Noble Deaths. They're all in this new trim size with a quote on this kind of like shorter cover, and then a quote here. These are really high quality releases. These are soft cover, but really high quality paper. And I was actually planning on picking up some of these books during the Drawn and Quarterly sale that was a few months ago. But then once I saw that they were coming out with these new versions of them, I figured I'd just wait and grab the new versions instead of getting the older versions. So we have all of the Showa, A History of Japan in manga form, with the quote here in the shorter cover, so they all kind of look fairly similar. So we have 1926 to 1939, we have 1939 to 1944, 1944 to 1953, and then the final one, 1953 to 1989. So that was everything I got from Right Stuff. Okay, so that was everything I picked up in the month of October. If there is anything that you wanted to know more about, please let me know in the comments. I tried to go through pretty quickly so that way I didn't make this video too long. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I do hauls once a month. I will have some, I'll be doing a video of my entire collection probably here coming up in the month of November. And I will also be doing a reading log from the month of October where I focused on horror books here in the next probably week. I'll have that up. So yeah, everybody have a great November, and thanks for watching.